what are you doing on your summer vacation?
For a local father and daughter, Tom and Maddie McCurdy, they summited Africa's highest point. They join us now in the studio. Thank you guys for coming in.
Thanks for having us in.
So what was the instigation for saying, hey, let's go to Africa and climb Mount Kilimanjaro?
Well, it was a trip that was kind of cobbled together over a couple of years of experience and thinking about how to do something fun with my kids, something different. And initially it started off just as safari, thinking about it in about 2005. And then a friend of mine that I met through C.W. Hogg invited me to go on a trip to do Kilimanjaro in 2007, which I did, and took my son in 2008. Maddie would have gone then, but she was too young. So it's turned out to be such a great trip, although I didn't make it up and my son did, that I wanted to do it again and take her.
Oh, wow.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Now, you have climbed mountains before. Maddie, you don't just start with Mount Kilimanjaro, do you? Like, did you work up to this?
The highest thing I did was City Creek. So
Not
nothing
quite.
really.
But you did a lot of hiking and a lot of training. Yeah.
The hardest part was the altitude. Nothing can prepare you for that kind of altitude.
Yeah.
Very cool. Now, leading up to Mount Kilimanjaro, you did some really cool things in Africa. You visited an orphanage?
Yeah, we found out through the trekking agency that we use that there's an Idaho woman from Ketchum who runs an orphanage in India and Moshi, and we spent some time visiting. We took in a round of groceries and some pencils and toothbrushes, and I got to talk to him a little bit about overcoming challenges and going on with your life through difficulties, and yeah, it was a great experience.
That's really
So
cool.
now it's on to the mountain. Maddie, what was it like? I mean, you know, City Creek compared to Mount Kilimanjaro.
Well, it's definitely a lot bigger than City Creek.
Yeah.
But at first it was really easy. It was kind of steep, or not steep at first.
Okay.
And then it got steep at the very end. So it was easy going at first. And then the last day was definitely a tough push, but we made it.
And how many days did it take you guys to get to the top?
We summited on our 7th day. It was a 5th travel day. And the summit day was really challenging. It took us 9 hours to get from the summit. To the summit. We started in the dark, and then 4 hours down. So it was a 13-hour day of pretty grueling work.
Now, Tom, you work with C.W. Hogg, which advocates people of all abilities being able to do outdoor activities. Certainly, you practice what you preach. What was that like, doing that under the circumstances that you have?
Well, you know, it was really exhilarating. It's, you know, my experience with C.W. Hogg over the years has prepared me for that emotionally and, you know, mentally, to be able to have like a 4-wheel drive mentality to get, you know, plan your activities and figure out a way to do it.
Yeah.
And, you know, being on top with my kid, that was just a bonus, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm glad that I have, you know, kids that have a sense of adventure like I do, that we can go do something like that once in a while.
Very cool.
And Maddie, what was the biggest surprise in going up and coming down off the mountain for you?
Oh man, I don't know. I was amazed with how well his porters helped him up. They were like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah. So you guys come off Mount Kilimanjaro. You spend a few days in the African wilderness. What did you guys get to do and see there?
Well, we went out on the Serengeti and camped in a mobile tented camp and met a lot of people from all over the world. We were fortunate enough to see a leopard stalk and take down an antelope, which is kind of rare.
Wow.
And everything else that you usually see in a zoo.
Except there was a lot more open space.
Except it was wild and you don't want to get out of your car. The lions were having lunch, so we at one point had lunch with the lions.
All you
although
can
we were
eat
in the
buffet.
car.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it was pretty exciting. We saw everything but a rhino.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So basically your typical summer activity, you know, heading out to the Serengeti. Wow.
Now, what would you say for people who want to take this kind of adventure, like with their kids? What's some advice that you have for them to, you know, just go out and do it, or get planning, or what?
Yeah. Get planning, start saving some money, and you know, there's a lot. It's not as expensive as you might imagine. I mean, if you do your research, you can find agencies that have, you know, varying rates, and you can negotiate stuff depending on the time of the year, and you know, it's an adventure that will leave a lasting memory. So
You'll never forget it.
Yeah.
You'll never forget it. What's next for you? Another mountain excursion, or
I'm gonna take a nap now.
take a nap? Get acclimated
That's
back to
right.
Mountain Standard Time.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you both for joining us. What
Thank
a
you for
great
having us.
adventure.
That's
Thanks.
cool. Thanks, guys.